Welcome, dear viewers, with your domestic and international news in brief. We are live from our headquarters here at Asmara on your English news broadcast here on ERi-TV. It is exactly 10:30 p.m. on Eritrea's local time. Reporting to you live, I'm Zahra Badori, but first we'll begin with your exclusive and major headlines for this broadcast. Local media outlets conducted fourth and final part interview with President Isaias Afwerki. President Isaias Afwerki sends messages of congratulations and more. Iran and Saudi Arabia agree to restore relations, and Brazil's Amazon deforestation against hit record high for February. Welcome to your domestic in brief. President Isaias Afwerki gave interview with in the evening hours of today with local media outlets focusing on domestic affairs. In the interview, President Isaias gave extensive briefing on the country's energy sector, private investment by citizens inside the country and the diaspora, as well as direct foreign investment. The detailed report of the interview will be aired on tomorrow's news coverage. President Isaias' fourth parts interview that concluded this evening explored current global, regional, and domestic issues. On your preceding domestic, President Isaias Afwerki sent messages of congratulations to President Xi Jinping on his election as President of the People's Republic of China for a third term. In his message, President Isaias said that the election of President Xi Jinping for the third consecutive term attests to the trust and recognition of the overall development of the People's Republic of China registered under his leadership. President Isaias underlined the People's Republic of China's indispensable contributions in crystallization of healthy multilateral global architectural and prospect of enhanced bilateral ties. President Isaias also expressed readiness to work for strengthened bilateral relations between Eritrea and the People's Republic of China. On your final domestic, nationals in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt enthusiastically celebrated the International Women's Day under the theme Eritrean Women Unwavering and Undertaking Sweats to Cultivate. At the celebratory event organized in Doha, Qatar on 10 March, Mr. Ali Ibrahim, Eritrean ambassador to Qatar, explaining the heroic feat demonstrated by the Eritrean women in the armed struggle for independence and in safeguarding the national sovereignty and in the implementation of the national development programs, called for strengthening organizational capacity and participation in the national affairs. Mrs. Gidey Mehret-Ab, chairperson of the National Union of Eritrean Women branch, on her part, called for transferring the shining history of the Eritrean people to the young generation. The event featured cultural and artistic programs deputing the day. In the same vein, nationals residing in Jeddah celebrated the International Women's Day on March 9th with patriotic zeal, featuring various programs portraying the day, indicating that the International Women's Day is being celebrated at an historical stage in the history of the country. Mrs. Noura Haj Ali, chairperson of the Union branch, called for increased participation and contribution in the implementation of the national development drives. Nationals in Cairo also enthusiastically celebrated the International Women's Day on 8th March in the presence of Mr. Fasil Gebrselassie, Eritrea's ambassador to Egypt, and a member of nationals. Stay tuned for your global reports. On your reports on the international line, Iran and Saudi Arabia have agreed to re-establish diplomatic relations and reopen their embassies within 2 months, according to Iran and Saudi state media. The agreement was reached on Friday during talks in Beijing. Iran state media posted images and videos of Ali Shamkhani, Secretary of the Supreme National Security Council of Iran, with Saudi National Security Advisor Mus'ad bin Mohammed Al-Aiban and Wang Yi, China's most senior diplomat. Iranian state television reported that after implementing the decision, the foreign minister of both nationals will meet to prepare for an exchange of ambassadors. In the footage aired by Iranian media, Wang offered wholehearted congratulations on the two countries' wisdom in quotation. The Saudi press agency confirmed the agreement when it also published the joint statement from Saudi Arabia and Iran, which said the two countries had agreed to respect state sovereignty and not interfere in each other's internal affairs. The statement also said Riyadh and Tehran had agreed to cultivate a security cooperation agreement signed in the year 2001. The statement said that Riyadh, Tehran, and Beijing, in quotation, expressed their neediness to exert all effort towards enhancing regional and international peace and security, unquote. On your final report, deforestation in Brazil's portion of the Amazon rainforest hit a new record high in February. New data has shown as President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's administration works to end year of widespread devastation. Satellite monitoring detected 322 square kilometers of forest cover destroyed in the Brazilian Amazon last month, an increase of 62% from the previous record in February 2022, according to data from the International Space Agency released on Friday. In Colorado, a biodiversity tropical savanna to the south of the Amazon, satellites identified 558 square kilometers of destruction. That is up to 99% from February 2022 and nearly doubled the previous record of 283 square kilometers from February 2020, the data showed. The spike in destructions has underscored the difficulties that Brazil's new president, known as Lula, faces in addressing the rampant deforestation that flourished under his predecessor, Jair Bolsonaro. The far-right former army captain who lost a closed election runoff to Lula da Silva in October of last year, cut environmental enforcement in the Amazon, which environmental and indigenous groups have blamed for an increase in illegal mining and violence. Bolsonaro's fourth year in office saw average annual deforestation in the Brazilian Amazon surge by 75% compared with the previous decade. The issue has been of international concern as hundreds of billions of carbon-absorbing trees in the Amazon offered a critical buffer in the global fight against climate change. Dear viewers, that is all for now with your domestic and international news in brief. Stay tuned for more of your reports here on ERi-TV. But until then, these are your international and domestic headlines in review. Local media outlets conducted fourth and final part interview with President Isaias Afwerki. President Isaias Afwerki sends messages of congratulations to President Xi Jinping of China. Iran and Saudi Arabia agree to restore relations. Brazil's Amazon deforestation again hits record high for February. Enjoy the rest of our programs and stay tuned for more of your reports here on ERi-TV. Thanks for watching once more and have a nice one.